Hey YouTube, Doublexthebeast back here again for Comic Call number 3. I'd said on my last Comic Call video, that this probably wouldn't happen until January, mid-January, but I ended up getting in 10 books, total seven off of Instagram or eBay or online, and then I picked up 3 Monday in person. So I figured I'd go ahead and shoot this video. And this one's a little bit different than my other videos, just because I really don't have maybe not a big signature book as far as a big key first appearance or anything like that. What I did was I picked out 10 books that I really wanted and got them in pretty darn high grade. Most of them are in extremely high grade. And I didn't get as many Amazing Spider-Man as I typically do. I think there's 3 in here. And this one that I'm showing here, I'll go through here in a second, it's actually one I already had. So I only picked up 2 new ones to add to my collection that I didn't already have, but picked up some really cool books. Just like I said, not necessarily big keys. They're just ones I've wanted, nice covers. And I spent a little bit more money than normal as far as on each book and upgrade them to another level of condition, which is pretty satisfying to do when you see them in person. So obviously you can see this is Amazing Spider-Man 57. This one is in better shape than the other one I had. You can see the colors are outstanding on it across the board. It looks really good. It's got a few little spine ticks here that break the color. Staples are attached really good. Corners are pretty good shape. Outside of this one's got a little bit of a crease, but overall this book's in very nice shape. I'd say maybe a 5, maybe even 5.5, something like that. But I like the colors on it. The Spider-Man, his colors for sure just look outstanding on this book. So it's a minor upgrade on my other one. I think my other one's probably like a 4.5. So it's a little bit better. Then I also got Amazing Spider-Man 59. This one looks really nice. I like the condition here of it a lot. It's got a little bit of creasing right there. You can see probably where the book was folded over at some point in time here instead of at the staples, but it doesn't really affect the overall eye appeal too bad. But there's one crease that goes along right there, but I can tell by looking at it, a press will fix that. So very nice. And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think this is the first cover appearance of Mary Jane Watson. I could be wrong, but just off the top of my head, I think it is. But that's a very, very sharp book, very nice looking. Not too much to take away from eye appeal there. And the yellows look good, over here. Spider-Man looks pretty good as far as his colors go. Just a nice, solid mid-grade book. And I picked this one and the previous one and one more that I'm going to show. Picked them up at Collected Keller. They're in Fort Worth. The guys were very nice. Hooked me up with a few books there, and got to add some cool stuff to the collection and talk comic books for 10-15 minutes. And I always like going to the shops and picking it up in person. Next up, this book is in very, very, very high grade, outside of a little bit of staining right there, but I think I'll be able to clean it up. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 62. This is an awesome cover of Medusa. I just like the way that they gave. I think it's the only book that I know of with her. I could be wrong. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Where she gets such a big drawing of her on any cover. Normally she's, I know her first appearance in Fantastic Four. She's there with the Frightful Four, and it's a very small drawing of her. And most times she shows up with the Inhumans, and they're very small artwork. But this one, they really did good. John Romita Sr. did an awesome job giving her such a big image there. Very, very cool. You can see this book is in great condition. It's got a little bit of like a smudge right there in the yellow. And I'm hoping that'll clean up a little bit. And then, like I said, there's a little bit of, I don't know, they're like little spots. You can see it a little bit right there. It just looks like dirt, maybe where somebody's held on to the book at some point in time. But outside of that, this book is just in tremendous condition. I think maybe an 8 or 8.5, and probably definitely after I do a little cleaning on it and maybe get it pressed, it'll I think it hits that mark pretty easy. But very very cool book, one that I didn't have. So that knocked off two pretty cool Amazing Spider-Man books off the list. Next one, I just got this in, just opened it right before the video, so I haven't looked it over very well, but this is Fantastic Four 73. I think the seller listed it as maybe like a 6.5, but it may be higher than that. It looks very nice. It's got a little bit of wear. You can see here on the green, color breaks a little bit right there, but not too bad at all. But overall, the white, I mean, the white is about as bright white as you can get. And you can see, Spider-Man and Thor and Daredevil. So it's a nice crossover with getting, Avengers, Defenders, Spider-Man, what everything's in this book. So very cool cover. And I've wanted it for a while, just mainly because of the cover. And I love crossover books when other superheroes are in different series that they're normally not. So very cool. Very happy to add this one, and it wasn't expensive at all. So this is another book that if you just want a cool cover, something to stash back and get high grade, I think I picked this up for, I don't know, $35, $30, whatever it was. I mean, it's tough to beat to me. This was a disappointing one for me. This is Fantastic Four 58. I bought it in very high grade. You can see it looks, awesome as far as condition goes. So the seller did a great job of packaging it securely. It was surrounded in 3 or 4 pieces of cardboard, and bagged and boarded and very secure. And the cardboard, when I got the package, I could tell on the outside of the package, it was like a bubble mailer, and then the cardboard on the inside, I could tell something heavy had been dropped on one corner, and it absolutely, it's going to be hard for the camera to probably pick it up, but this corner right here has pretty bad damage. It really smashed this corner badly. You can see a little bit right there. And I was super disappointed just because, finding these books in this high grade is tough. And, like I said, no fault to the seller. I mean, it had to be something extremely heavy. They even wrote fragile, do not bend, things like that on the package. And USPS still damaged it badly. The seller gave me a partial refund. I'm going to try to press this and see if I can get most of it out, but it's definitely, you can kind of see right there even. It definitely damaged the book permanently. There's no way all it's going to come out, but maybe instead of being an 8, 8.5, maybe it ends up being a 6, and I can live with that. It's because it still looks good. The colors are just awesome on it. It was in a private collection for years and years, and Dr. Doom looks great. You can see the whites on the shirt right there. The whites around behind Doom look awesome. The white right here is really bright. The red in Fantastic Four is perfect. So, it's still an awesome book. It's just, I was very upset just because of the, how high grade it was before the damage. Up next is Fantastic Four 57. And I mainly bought this. This is a cool storyline. Very, very cool storyline, along with the 58 that I just showed. This is a cool big image of Dr. Doom here, and you get the Silver Surfer on it and a lot going on. It's got a few little color breaks on it. I think this was sold as this is a 5.5 or 6, something like that. And I agree, it's about what it is. It's got a few color breaks along the spine. One minor little crease right here, and it color breaks a little bit right there, but not too bad. Nice colors. Very cool book. I definitely picked up a lot more Fantastic Four than I realized when I started getting ready to do the video, but I love everything that has Dr. Doom, especially on the cover, but anything that has him in there. I've been buying them up, and I'm going to keep doing that. At some point in time, he's going to be a major villain in the MCU, and when he does, his stuff's going to go up. Even just these issues where it's not really a big key, they're gonna go skyrocket. And I just wanted to add them anyways, whether they go up or not. So very cool book right here. If you followed my other videos, you know I pick up anything with Silver Surfer on the cover, especially these bigger images, bigger drawings. So I picked up a Fantastic 455. This was in solid condition. It's probably maybe a 5. It's got a little bit of color breaking right there. This is probably the main issue, and then a little bit of corner where you can see it right here. Oops, right there in that corner. Outside of that, I mean, it looks really good. I looked a long time for one of these. Almost all of them have major spine breaks. I guess just because of the purple colors mixed in, and then with some of the brighter colors. But this one has very little. It has a couple little spots, but not bad. The purples look good. The Surfer, he looks good. You know, just a classic cover right there, and that was the main reason I wanted it. So very cool. Okay, so all 3 up next are Jim Steranko covers. I kind of went crazy buying Steranko's. I picked this up in person at Collecting Keller. They're in Fort Worth on Monday, and this is Captain America 111. Of course, it's a Steranko. Just an awesome cover. Just, you know, very cool. And the wide around the back of him here isn't as bright as what it should be, so that definitely affects the grade. There's a little bit. You can kind of see it in the camera right there. There's a little bit of, almost looks like dirt. I'm going to try to clean that a little bit and see how it looks when I'm done. But it's a solid, probably mid-grade. I don't know how bad the coloring being off will affect it. You can see a little bit right there in Captain America too, where it's there's like a little bit of peeling almost. Let me see if I can get it right here. Almost a little bit of peeling. Can't get the center very good without the glare. It's right there in Captain, the CA. So there's a little bit of color missing right there, and he's right here's a little bit of color break. But overall, just a cool cover. Definitely probably mid-grade, I would say, somewhere in there. So nothing wrong with it. Staples are attached well. The spine looks good. Colors are bright. So no problem adding these kind of books to my collection. Everything Jim Steranko right now, I don't know why. I can't buy enough of it. So I'm gonna keep looking for more. There's a few more of these Captain Americas I want to add. There's Incredible Hulk, the annual one. That's one I'm definitely going to try to add that I haven't found one in the right condition yet that I want. So very, very cool. Okay, up next is X-Men 49. And this is another Jim Steranko, as I mentioned before. This book is in very high grade. Outside of one corner, you can see right there, it's got just a little bit of color break. Other than that, it is, it's almost perfect. It's got a little spine roll. You can see as it goes up, it spine rolls a little bit, but look how bright the colors are on this one. This you can't get them really much brighter than that. And then the whites are just, perfect nearly. You look in the eyes here, right there, they just almost perfect, the white is. So I was very happy to add this one. Of course, this book is notable for being the first appearance of Polaris or Lorna Dane. So it is a key, especially in the X-Men world. It's, she was a pretty major character for a long time, and I always liked her as a character. And then I like the way that Angel's drawn here. This color of uniform that he's wearing, the Beast the same way. Very cool, Jim Steranko art. And then up last is maybe the best Steranko cover in my opinion. That's just my opinion. This is X-Men 50, and I think this may be the first time you see Polaris actually use her powers. So it's like I said, not a major key book or anything, but very cool. You can see the Steranko signature there, but I've got 2 little girls, 2 teenage daughters. I like how Steranko, he typically draws the women more actual sizes, proportions. A lot of them, they draw them very top heavy or make them extra curvy. He typically doesn't do that, so I like the way he portrays Lorna Dane here, Polaris. So I always like this cover, and then the background, just the way he did the background, and then having everything in green with have to do with people. I just think it's one of the absolute best covers, period, and maybe his number one cover in my opinion. He had some good ones with Nick Fury and a few other ones, but to me, this is probably number one. So that's all I've got tonight. This book's in great condition as well, except for right there. There's a little bit of color break, just right there, and you can see the stamp too. I'm not sure what the stamp is, but they don't really take away from the book much at all. Other than that, it's in very high grade. So that's all I've got tonight. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Tonight's Christmas night, so we get this posted, and hopefully everybody's having fun with their families and enjoying the hobbies they love, where they got some time off of work. So thank you to everybody for watching.